All right. Are we live? Are we live? Testing. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Happy TGIF. It's great to be here at the end of the week. It was an interesting week. Remember, guys, I am not a financial advisor. My name is Vincent Nguyen. I am real. I am here for anyone who, before I get into the market today, for anyone who thinks I'm a paid shill, prove it. Prove that I'm a pay shield. For all those comments out there, I am real. I'm not here because I want to sway you into doing things that would cause you to lose money. I'm here to help facilitate information on what I see as the market movement. Okay. Whether it's a price range, whether it's a pattern that I see developing, whether it's price targets, whether there are opportunities to go short, to go long. That is my intention is to. Oh, my thing just broke. Hold on a second, guys. Uh, did that break? Nope, that came off. All right, that's fine. I'll hang on a second. Let me see. Yeah, I'll deal with this later. Um, can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Let me hang on a second. Let me check the sound real quick. I'm using a new mic. All right, good. Okay, so that's my rant. Is that I'm not a faceless finance account. What you see is real. My name is real. If what I'm saying or what I've said to you doesn't gel with your thinking, like you always want the market to go up, and anyone that thinks differently is a shill, then you know what? Just click off. I don't even want you on Tipline. Go talk, go spend time with a faceless account, a bogus ID. Uh, go do that. You're not welcome here at Tipline. But if you value the information I have to share and you want to join the community, stick around. Hit like, subscribe. I'm here. I'm here to be as helpful as I can. Okay, so that being said, I know the big topic this week is or was, I don't care how you look at it, is FNGR. Yesterday was a second of the 3-bar retracement, in my opinion. Let's take a look here at FNGR. Opened up slightly above yesterday's close, so that looks really good. Hey, for you guys out there, can you give me a thumbs up if audio is good, please? Really appreciate it. Thank you. So it's at 602. I have this top level. I mean, this has been here forever. This $6 has been here forever. I haven't changed this level at all. For FNGR, for this third day, this whole zone right here has been here forever. So that has not changed. My thinking on FNGR is this on the day chart. I wanted this day to just be done and over with on the 3rd. It was so close to meeting the level 2, the price target 2 at 367. Had that happened, the oscillators would have gone from overbought to oversold on that day, pop out the next day, and well, off to the races. Okay. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, right? So it made a U-turn, a retracement here the next day. And look at what it's doing now on this oscillator. This is the RSI, like a highly modified version of the RSI. It's coming back down again. It's not, once it breaches below 50%, like over here, you're going to have another drop. And that's where I have this line here. So I'll move that up to here. So for Monday, my thinking is it's a revised price movement in this case. because this is more to me. This is a very very quick reaction of this pump all the way up that took 1 day, 2 day, 3, 4, 5, 6, a week. Okay, and then this reaction just basically was in the oversold area. Anytime a stock is in the oversold area, guess what? People are going to offload. There's to me, there's nothing that is conspiratory about it. I mean, nothing. So if you look at this oscillator over here, oversold, sold off. I mean, overbought, sold off, oversold, buy up, people buying in. Okay, so if you have this mentality that stock is going to run forever, or the minute it hits a certain point, price point, it goes down, that there's a conspiracy against the ticker that you're trading, you really need to start looking at the 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 technical analysis behind why price moves versus um, people on social, influential people who are, again, a lot of them are faceless. I mean, I dare them to pop up on YouTube or on social with their real names and their face. The minute they do that, yeah, it builds credibility. But as long as they're hiding behind a bogus alias or a fake picture, do you trust people? Do you trust your money with people saying, "Hey, bro, trust me, the CEO is great, company's doing great things. Here's the press release." Me, I'm sorry, I've been down that road and I've lost money, and I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you too have lost money. So, anyways, again, my rant. It just sickens me to hear how much people have lost, and then you've got people regurgitating information from these so-called influential accounts without any fundamental knowledge of how the stock market works. And so, anyways, all right. So I mean, I've been intimate with FNGR for quite some time now, and I mean, ever since back, hang on, sorry, I didn't mean to move that. That was right here. Yeah, ever since it started this first leg back here when I know it was in the 40 cents. I'm sorry, when it was in the dollar range, right? So we watch FNGR swing high, swing low, swing high. These legs are all moving. Hey TGG, I know you've got one stock that you want me to take a look at. Can you put that ticker in the comment and an LTA for you next, okay? I just want to get through my FNGR rant. Thanks. Um, so yeah, so the market movement for FNGR should not be something that's new to you if you understand the market structure. Here's wave 0 to 1, up, 1 to 2, down, retracement, 2 to 3, up. 2 to 3 is always your biggest wave for the most part. It's always going to be the wave that if you can catch the bottom, write this up, you're going to hit gold again, right? This is not financial advice. I am literally reading what the TA is telling me based on thousands and thousands of charts, my experience in analyzing tens of thousands of charts, and they all essentially boil down to the same fundamental concepts. Okay. So anyway, so 3 to 4 on FNGR would have netted 459%. And then guess what? It dropped. It dropped really big from 5 to A. Well, I wouldn't say 46% is big, but in the grand scheme of things, if you bought at $7 and you basically rolled it down to $4, that's $3 a share, and you have 1,000 shares. That's $3,000 you just lost. So anyway, so coming back to where we are now with FNGR, I was prepared for this drop. This is not new to me. I don't care the BS crap that came out with the hit piece and all that junk. Okay, that to me, I could care less about those things. What I care about is what I see in the chart. A lot of the times, those who know me You can fact check this. Know that my price prediction and price movement projections supersedes news, supersede the bad crap that's coming out, supersede anything that the company's about to drop. Sometimes a day, sometimes a week, sometimes hours in advance. That being said, this day, I my I knew this day was coming. I drew these three. Basically, if you saw this was my projection for Friday, was to have this drop three bar breakdown, and then on Friday come down to 367. That would have been ideal. You guys don't understand how amazing that would have been for the stock and how bullish that would have been for the stock had it not just take a big dump, right? But unfortunately, it took a big dump, and then it got and then basically after a big dump, it's going to retrace. It's going to go back up, and I called this price out, but I was out of the office most of the day yesterday, so I wasn't around to TA this. But then last night I stated that yes, the third day breakout is today. Now that I see what's happening, and I drew this out. This has always been there as a possibility. I mean, this is not new to me. This is a scenario that I had already anticipated was going to happen. Hey Sway, how's the sound? I'm using a new mic. Give me a thumbs up. Give me an idea of what it sounds like on your end, okay? Okay, so that being said, um unfortunately there is now this 3 bar breakout. Okay, guess what? It's going to have to get retested again. And the retest is going to bring this up to possibly the XA level at $6.92 before we see a bigger move back down. Okay, so essentially what is happening now is because it's retracing after this big move, in order for price target 2, for the bears to realize price target 2 at 367, price needs to retrace, and then once there's enough momentum for the bears at a high enough price where it's worth it for them to increase their put position, increase their short position, it makes sense, right? They just made a boatload of money on puts and shorts from $6.92 all the way down to $4.55. And remember, short sellers are your guaranteed 100% buyer. Why? Because they're going to buy the stock to cover, and that's what you're seeing here. These 3 green days are the results of legitimate short positions that jumped in and rode this all the way down and made a ton of money, and now they're covering. That is the result of these 3 day breakout. I really hope that sinks in, because legitimate short sellers are going to cover. They're going to get out because they don't want to sit with the risk of FNGR possibly exploding. But the pattern I'm seeing here is that FNGR needs to complete the pattern, and eventually we will see FNGR come down and close this out. Okay, so it's, hang on a second, guys. I'm going to increase the size here. So it was massively oversold in this area. Okay, it's bouncing up and down here, oversold again. We need to see FNGR come down into the oversold area. That's where price target 367 is going to be, and that's where the bull's biggest opportunity is going to be, is at that price range. Okay, so when that happens, the cycle starts over again, and that is where the opportunity for bears to long, and that is where you see in the beginning here on wave, let's see here, wave 0 to 1. Okay, 0 to 1, 1 to 2. So basically, when this goes into oversold and when price comes down to price target 2, you will get a larger, in my opinion, a larger return on this investment. And once again, this is not financial advice. This is me looking at patterns in the past and how I'm extrapolating it into the future. FNGR is very close to completing this pattern, and you guys who are trading this stock should be excited for this to drop. I know it just sounds moronic to want a stock to crash before it goes, but that's life, right? That is life. You cannot expect a stock to continue to go up forever without coming down. Case in point, I'm going to show you another stock that I know every one of you who is looking at FNGR have traded this shitty stock. And yes, I said it. I don't care if my videos get monetized because I don't care. They can demonetize it all they want. I don't care. But you guys have all been intimate with Very. We've been through Very, right? I called out Very in the 70-cent price range when it was up here in the 2 something price range, and I've been called a shield, pay shield, threatened to my life. But look what happened today. It's at 78 cents, guys. The life cycle started. I'm going to prove to you how that works. Okay, so oversold here, under I'm sorry, overbought here, oversold here, and then it basically, once it hit wave A to B, so wave A is massive. 5 to A pretty much closed the cycle for the first part of the price movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have your retracement. The retracement leg is usually the biggest leg. That's 5 to A, and that's why you saw this massive drop from $2.40 to the 200-day moving average, and it bounced up. I know there were a lot of circumstances to that point, but that's not a topic for this discussion. The topic for this discussion is 5 to A to B, and now B to C. B to C is almost near completion, guys. In fact, I believe it could be completed here. Why? Because it's now in the oversold area. Very is now very close to completing the entire life cycle of 0 to 1, 1 retracement down to 2, 2 up to 3, 3 down to 4, 4 to 5, 5 down to A, B, and C. So this, by definition, is the completion of an entire cycle that spanned from January of 23 to October. That is the life cycle, guys. What you're seeing here with Viri is the life cycle. And that is exactly what is about to happen to FNGR. FNGR is very close. Here is the cycle for FNGR. 0 to 5, right? 0 to 5, 5 to C. It's very close. I mean, the opportunity for bulls to come in and take advantage of this opportunity is very close. As soon as this closes at price target 2, I would imagine that there's about 3 to 5 day window for a reaction to take place if you're a bull. Mark my word, we will come back and look at this when this happens, and then I will show you through the price movement, as I did with Viri, how I predicted, even up to a week ago, I was saying that Viri would be down below $1 as soon as it broke, let's see, on the 2nd. And then back here, when it was above $1 something, I was basically saying once this breaches below $1, it's going to head towards price target C, retracement. Okay, look at SPY now. Now, how is this relevant to the broader market? It's the same concept, guys. Same concept. You've got wave 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, up 3 to 4 was a huge market crash. People are like, "Oh my God, what's happening here?" Right? But what they don't understand is if you had known about the market structure and bought puts up here at 459 and rode it down to 420, that's huge. That is about to happen again. Price is hovering around 420 right now, which is where the level is for this reversal is expected. I'm thinking Monday is the day that we can see SPY to start a natural reaction up towards price target 1 at 432. So knowing what you know now, or knowing how the market structure works, we could potentially see price target 1 at 432 sometime next week for SPY. Why? Because it's heading towards wave 4 to 5 to complete this entire cycle. So yeah, so the harmonic pattern, the way I infuse TA from different studies doesn't apply to just meme stocks or retail stock trades. It applies to everything else. Nasdaq, SPY, Apple. If you look at Nvidia, I was calling out Nvidia for for a while now. I knew exactly what Nvidia was doing ahead of time. I mean, I called out 432 and at the time, and look, it hovered around 432 before it retraced back down to the XA leg. And then now it's back above 432, going towards price target 2 at 451. Right? So I've had these arrows drawn out forever. So the information I'm providing you isn't just something I'm pulling out of my rear. It is all fundamentally based on my TA. Unlike the whole "trust me, bro, the company's awesome. They're about to release something amazing next week. Watch for the PR." And then as soon as the PR comes out, the stock crashes 70%. Just leave that there for a second to let it sink in. Okay. All right. So I'm done preaching. I'm done venting my frustration. TTG and Sway, I know you guys want to look at RVLP. And you guys have, I mean, I really truly hope you appreciate the fact that I have no time to think about what you're throwing at me. Okay. Everything I'm doing is in real time. I'm looking at the stock, I'm analyzing it quickly, and then I'm giving you levels or ranges. Okay. So RVLP. Hey, do you guys know if there's a catalyst on this one? Because we might have TA'd this already. It looks like we TA'd this already. How come I have levels here already? I drew. Whoa, really? Oh my gosh. So, yeah, guys, I would be really careful with our RVLP today because it gapped up. But the issue is it gapped up, but then it sold off like pretty much immediately. You got to look at the day chart, guys, to see what happened. So, price moved from the close of yesterday, which is 10 cents, moved up to about 35%. Yeah, that's about right. And then it sold off, came back down, and now it's at 13 cents. I would be really careful because the next price target I would imagine this to land on is the 3. But the 3 is weak, right? The 3 is basically like it's like if you were to get into a fight with The Rock, and if you were to like hit him, and so think of like your punch against The Rock, it would be the 3 would be like boop, 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 and The Rock would be like, dude, are you even touching me? So that's how the 3 works. And then so next would be the 8. The 8 is what you need to watch for. If price closes below the 8, then yeah, chances are it will continue to come back down. Unfortunately, it's got to close this gap. It's got to come down to at least 11 cents and change to close this gap. So my thinking is you're looking at around, it's going to breach the 8. Most likely it's going to pull up the 20, and so we're looking at normalizing the price at around maybe 11 cents at some point in the next couple of days. Um, the good news is it's not oversold yet. It's hovering oversold territory, but it's still bouncing around. So I think there's still some room for this stock to trade within this range. I don't think it's going to hit the high again. The high was pretty nice at 15 cents. Um, Unfortunately, that there's a lot of traffic, a lot of resistance in this area. I guess I've mapped this out before. There's a lot of resistance. It needs to break above 18 cents before we can see, well, within that range, 18 cents within that range before we can see some real price movement for RVLP. Okay. Anything else, guys? You want to see how I look at the day and see if there are any patterns within our RVLP and like what it's doing and stuff. Let me see if there are any patterns for our LVP. Something I want to do more of is looking at daily levels, intraday levels. Hey, good morning, and anything you want to look at, wrap up for the week, just give me a comment down there. Okay, so what was the news for our VLP? Wall Street, blah blah. Oh, I guess they got a new price target of $3 from 4, maintain buy rating on August. Well, unless you guys know of something else, let me know. I don't see anything happening here. Let me look at the 10-minute chart if there are any patterns. Yeah, so it's going through. So the 10-minute chart is what I usually use if I'm scalping. And 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the pattern has already completed, and now it's literally finishing up its the last leg right here is from B to C. So if I were to do a fib retracement, hang on a second, a fib retracement, I'm thinking 618. It could bounce here at 12 cents if it's a 618 retracement, or it could come back down all the way to 10 cents. One of the two here. 618 at 12 cents or another 2 penny. Okay? So that's got to happen, guys. That has to happen. Beyond that, we just got to watch it. Now, if it comes down to this bottom here at 12 cents and then it bounces up, and then let's say there's a lot of buying pressure, it could potentially do something like come up, bounce. It did this already. It's almost ready to bounce here. So watch for 12 cents. If it bounces up from 12 cents, come back up above 14. Okay, it's got to break this, come back down, test 14. Then you could potentially see 17 cents. That's one very likely bullish scenario. When I started trading, I never liked stocks going down. Anytime someone said the stock's going down by 10%, I'd be like, oh, really? No, I think it's going to keep going up. But it never happens. This has to happen before momentum can get created into this buying zone. Okay, there's different ways of calling these zones. I just like to call them the way I call them because that's how ITA. Um, you want to look at GTII? Yeah, we can look at GTII. It's one of those, another one of our meme stock, right? Was there something new on GTII that you needed to have looked at specifically? I hope I didn't break this. It's a really expensive in-ear monitor. Let me know, guys. Which downside, Sway, for which stock? Which stock are you talking about? Is it RVLP or GTII? Let me know, guys. One of these days, I'm gonna have you guys on with me, and I'm just gonna throw a TA at you, and then basically say, "Hey, let's show me what you got." Hang on, let me see if I can fix this thing because I'm a little paranoid. I might have broke it. These in-ear monitors are really expensive. The one I have is from JH Audio, and this was a custom pair, and it was like I think it was like almost 5 grand. So yeah, so I mean, it is Friday. I want to keep it a little chill. I want to spend a little more time. Fixed it. I want to spend a little bit more time going through, what I see as like a day trade. So GTII, 10-minute chart. Okay, so okay. There's some levels here we can look at. There was a bullish crab pattern started on 929. It was a very deep crab pattern actually. The retracement, holy cow, the retracement. I'll show you guys a retracement here on this. It sucks. Oh my gosh. So you remember how I tell you 618 is like the golden ratio? Okay, so let's count here. So from this B point on this harmonic pattern, price retraced up to here at 90 cents. And then they're like, you know what? We're going to take you down. And so that they did. They went past price target 2, this price target 1, 2.2618 would have been right here at 75 cents. But they weren't satisfied with that. These levels, you see how they hit these levels exactly. So 2618 consolidated. People are thinking, all right, surely they're not going to take GTII down anymore, right? Wrong. Bam. Took it down to 3618. Exactly to the level at 70 cents. So the pattern completed. The crab pattern requires very specific ratio movements for this pattern to show up, especially the B point here. 618 extension here is really important between A to C. 618 between X to B is very important here. So these levels add up to what you see the levels on here, which then calculate and dictates the price. Yeah, so my chart is highly customized, Sway. It's something that I don't teach just because it's my secret sauce. I mean, it's like when you go to a restaurant, right, and you eat something, and you're like, "Oh my god, this is so delightful," and you're like, you go home and you try to make it, and it just sucks. Um, that's why I don't teach this because this is my secret sauce. I'm not letting this out of the bag. Okay. So, anyways, so you've got so basically wave B to C is where this was super dramatic for GTII, but then they drove it down some more for whatever reason. There was not enough momentum, so they drove it down some more, and so now it's consolidating at 3618. Is there an opportunity to trade GTII yet? I I want to say every time I do this, I have to go and say, "Hey, not financial advice, guys. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm here to read the chart." Okay. At this point, I'm super leery that things are going to go south again, just because the harmonic optimized pricing range is still hasn't really been tested yet. That's down here at 65 cents for GTII. So let's see what that retracement is for GTI if they were to take it down that low. If they were to drive it down that low, oh wait, did I do this wrong earlier? 618. Hold on a second. I think I did this wrong earlier, guys. Hold on. Did I measure this wrong? I think I did. I think I took it from here to here. Hang on a second. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second, okay? I want to make sure I got the levels right. So if B to C. No, I got it right. No, I got it right. Okay, so if they decide to take this down to the hop, we're looking at like 66 cents, guys. That's pretty steep if they decide. So how you would know is this. It's getting close. The 10-minute chart is there's 3 minutes left on this candle, 10-minute candle, and it's not looking good. You see how it's been trading within this range bound since God, I want to go further back. Since like holy cow, like the 4th. So it's been 2 days. It's been just doing nothing. Two things can happen at this point. It could break up above 75 cents or it could break below 70 cents. If it breaks above 75 cents, you're looking at a price target of 78 cents. Why? Because you measure this here. This is how you do it. Okay. Same up and down. That's how you measure it. For anyone trading GTI, I really want to see this happen because what that does is it will lock in the reaction of price target 1 at 79 cents. So so I in order for price target 1 to happen, and it's getting close to the 30 bar too for this reaction to happen. So I usually have a clock. I usually have a clock on this. So 30 bars would put it at, dang, 30 bars would have been here, and it got extended out some more. So now we're at 71 bars. So that's 2 days and 10 minutes. That's really long. I anytime where something gets dragged out, especially on the intraday scalping play, if it gets dragged out beyond the 30 bars, I usually get the freak out just because there's this danger zone that the bears are testing this range. They're testing the bulls. They're seeing if the bull has firepower. And if the bulls don't step in, they're going to take measure to drop this down. And the next price target would be 66 cents. That's very close to the harmonic optimized pricing reversal point. So that's let me look at the 1 hour, guys. This is intriguing actually to me. Yeah, there's also a pattern on the 1 hour as well. So they knocked it down below price target 2. It's sitting at 3618. Yeah, I drew this out. So they took it down to 423, looking at about 66 cents on GTII. And then the 4 hours more into like next week. So imagine if on a 10-hour chart, I'm sorry, a 10-minute chart, they dragged it out by 2 days. Imagine what they're doing to the 4 hour chart. I mean, this line that I had drawn out is going to be drawn out even more to further down to maybe even November before you see maybe price movement coming back up and consolidating to the 200-day moving average. I mean, it's probably going to keep doing this, right, for a long, long, long time before we can see some sort of a consolidation to the 200-day moving average, which is sitting right at around 84 cents. Okay, so they're going to drag this out. GTI, they're going to keep dragging this out. There's no catalyst for GTI right now. There are way better stock to trade than this piece of crud. I caught myself. Piece of crud stock. For instance, Viri. Okay, Viri is getting very interesting where I'm going to start looking at it again because on the day chart, look at this point C. retracement B to C is very close to completion right here. B to C. I really want to see this to bounce back up, break above 87 cents, and then come up to the next price target at $1.33. And then guess what? It creates this nasty bullish bearish pattern again when that happens, if that happens, and then price will just retrace again. That's essentially it. I mean, this becomes your B point here at some point. This becomes your B point for this next harmonic pattern that I'm already seeing take place right here. Okay, so that becomes your B point for this pattern should it come out the way I'm anticipating. So yeah, so if you're watching this, this is my thought process. This is how I TA. This is how I look at things. This is how I look into the matrix, if you will. Um, and that's it. I want to look at VFS if anyone is doing VFS. I called this sub dollar a while back too, and unfortunately, it is in the free fall right now. Sadly, it's in the free fall. I don't know where it's going to end up next just because there's no net. Right now, this is all clear blue skies or hell if you're going down for bears. I mean, this is their dream right here because eventually, if there are no bulls to step in, we could see this into the zone that is similar to other EV makers, their stock price down in the sub below $1 range. It's not fun, but it's gonna happen. I hope you didn't get caught up here. I warned everyone when it was up here in the $80 range. Hey, while we're here, Sway, do you see this gap up here? And you see what happened the next day? You saw what happened. You saw RVLP, right? RVLP is very similar pattern where it gapped up here, right? These gap ups are not sustainable, guys. They're not sustainable. For whatever reason it went up, whether shorts covered or whether someone pumped it up, once it hits this high level, once a stock hits any high level, whether it's a sub penny stock or whether it's $100 stock or whether it's Tesla, once it gets to a high level, always count on the fact that someone is sitting there with their finger on the button or program into their algorithm that get ready to short the stock to oblivion. All right. Anything else? Come on, guys. Anything else? I'm after I'm gone today. I might be out Monday. So anything you guys have, let me know today because I've got a lot of work on the publisher side to deal with. All right. AMC, where are you at? AMC's down 6%. It's not bad. It's holding. Is that an inside bar? Yeah, AMC is printing like a very interesting inside bar. So this could, if it doesn't break below the 3, I'd love to see something like this. No, that wouldn't. Yeah, if you discount the tails, if you remove the tail, it could do something like this as a flag, a bear flag. That's interesting. And anytime you see where the wicks move in a certain direction, that's almost a strong indication of price wanting to go in that direction as well. Monday is a Canadian Thanksgiving, so we have a holiday. Awesome. Are you gonna come on? No. Um, I've got some big travels coming up. I'm back in Tokyo for over a week at the end of this month. I have some travel coming up first week of November. So I'm trying to figure out how I can continue to help you guys with the TA when I'm on the road because I don't like to leave you guys hanging. I've used the community some, but it's just not as interactive as we are having here. Um, mm, and something very personal that I want to share. If you hear me talk funny, uh, this is terrible, guys. Uh, my ortho has grave concern about how my teeth is biting and touching each other, so I have faces. They suck. Oh my god, they hurt so much. I mean, how can you take someone serious at 50 and they're wearing braces, right? I mean, the sad truth is I have to get them because I have like one touch point here for my entire jaw. Um, so it makes eating not as pleasurable and it's not as fun. So I'm trying not to talk as much and I look funny when I do, like this. Yeah, I'm trying not to move my mouth so much like a ventriloquist. Uh, the art of talking without moving your lips. Ha ha ha. So, anyways, all right. AMC, I think is on its trend to being very bullish. There is. I'm gonna keep repeating this, and when this happens, you guys will be like, "Yeah, Vincent called this out many months ago." Because it might take many months to get back to where we were at $3.80 pre-merger. I need to do that so I don't confuse people. Right now it's 38 cents. $38. I'm sorry, $38. It could take some crazy movement to get back to $3.84 because I know a lot of you are probably bought in this range, maybe even at the $4 range. I know people in our community who bought in the $4 range. Um, it's not fun. It's just not fun for this to happen, unfortunately. Um, all right. Anything else, guys? I know I want to touch on MMAT. Um, it did try to break out from this neckline here at 22 cents. I had high hopes for it, thinking, oh, keep the wax. Yeah, I haven't put any wax on yet. It's still like digging in. It just sucks, man. When you're nearly 50, you shouldn't have to do this, but it's just there's so much pressure on these two teeth back here, and nothing else is touching. It's funny because um, I'll segue for a second, and we'll talk about me for a little bit. Um, I've had four dentists in all my life, and up until the recent one, everyone that I've talked to or have gone to over the course of my life, they all want to like crack my jaw, like crack it and then fuse it back together because I have such a bad underbite. And they're like, close your mouth, show me what your bite looks like. And like, how do you live? Is that not painful? How do you eat? Does your food get chewed up? And so it's pretty funny. I mean, it's kind of hilarious. But anyways, um, something else I've been battling back here is like all these stupid soundproofing cubes. They're falling off. I mean, I have like the strongest, most expensive double-sided tape that 3M makes. This roll is like $100, and yet they still fall down. I I'm like a hair shy of just pulling them all down. I I'm just really tired of dealing with this whole sound cube. Um, Something fun is coming in next week. I'm reviewing for the back wall here, up here. Um, One of the PR agency reached out and they're sending me some lights. And since our channel is called Tipline, one of their product line is some light bars that is pretty cool. So I'm going to review for them on Tipline. I'm going to review it on DLmag.com. Um, so yeah, I might even see if we can get one to give away. Shh, tip line. Let's see if we can do that. Since you guys are such loyal members, I'm gonna see what I can do to bring in the swags and send them your way. Okay, all right, enough chit chat. Oh yeah, still market's very red. So the light, very red, guys, extremely red. Um, let's see. And by the way, I'm pretty much settled on Ecamm Live as a streaming app, just because just because I looked at StreamYard and I can't imagine why with StreamYard they only let you stream at 1080 and you have to buy like the highest tier level too, subscribe to the highest tier level. And even if you record, even if you record like local and then upload it later, they max out at 1080. I mean, come on, StreamYard. What the freak? You've got these millions of subscribers that you're claiming, and yet you can't allow people to stream beyond 1080. That's weak. So I think I'm gonna stick with Ecamm Live. I've purchased it twice in 2 months now. They have a ton of features that I haven't even touched yet. This little tip line logo, tip line watermark is sad. There's splash screens. I'll be able to bring people on. Yes, Aim, you will win. I promise. You'll be the first. I give you my word. You'll be the first to get a tip line T-shirt. You'll probably be the first to win a prize. Sway might be the second. GT, you're up there. I know Niem has been busy lately. Really like you guys. I mean, the community is really small, but I cherish how great the community is. So, what else? I think we looked at ALXO, didn't we? Volume is really high for ALXO. It's hovering like right around. It's hovering. Oh, hold on a second. It's hovering right around the um the 200, guys. But there's still this gap to fill, though. I think. Hold on a second. ALXO was something was traded too. I think so. It's hovering around the 200 SMA. I Part of me tells me that it wants to fill the gap. Part of me tells me it might sit and consolidate at the 200 and then move to Lake 5 because Lake 5, let's see here, 3 4, yeah, Lake 5 could be up here somewhere in the $10 range at some point if the bulls step in. It's very bullish actually. GNS is bullish. Did they do their split thing on GNS? I mean, the price action today is really nice. It's now into a 3-day breakout, 1, 2, and 3. So what happens tomorrow is Monday is really critical. I think if it doesn't get rejected at the 20 SMA here at 97 cents, then I'm sorry, not 97 cents. It's starting to move 94 cents. We could see the next price target at 50 SMA at $1, and then from there, GNS would then fight to get back to the 200 SMA, which is $1.68. Anything beyond that would mean that it's now trading in the bullish territory. Yeah, Sway, I don't think I'm ever going to get used to this. And I'm going to be stuck in it for at least 2 years, which feels like it's going to be like 20 years. Hey, I do want to say that I might start getting into crypto again because it looks like price could potentially be moving in crypto. For Bitcoin, especially here using Coinbase, um, the bottom was down here along this falling wedge, and it as if this week price nailed the price target range at $27,559. to the dot. You can't tell me that these ranges are coincidental. They, to me, I don't believe it. Why did it bounce up, hit the 200, came back down, and consolidating at the price target one? It's all based on these very highly precisely printed harmonic pattern. Here's the B point at 28, 20, 28, 28, right here. That formulate that created point C and then point D on this bat pattern. And then look, as soon as it broke out of the neckline here, came back down, retested it, came up, came back down, retested, and now it basically went to price target one. Chances are with Bitcoin, now that it nailed price target one and consolidated, creating the support, it needs to come back down to test at least the 50-day moving average or the XA somewhere along here or the in this area, and then go for price target two. That is very similar to what I see on FNGR, except on the flip side. Okay, FNGR is the same. You saw how price came down, it's coming back up to retrace, test this area, and then before creating more momentum to come down and hit price target two. Bitcoin is doing the opposite. Right here. It now price target one. It extended beyond price target one, and then it's consolidated, and now it needs to come back down before making the move to 29,000. Don't know when that's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure it will, simply because I believe in the structure. Okay. Um, Anything else, guys? PRSC's down. Apple is down. AMC is up. Nvidia is 446. Okay. All right. So Nvidia is doing the same thing before we see some sort of retracement to like B to C. Okay. So same thing here. Had a big crash here and then 3-day breakout. See, big. So up to closing out leg B, crashed down, touched the 8, 3-day breakout. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate that to finger. Same thing. You have a breakup, breakdown, 3-day breakout. Guys, I can't stress how these patterns are so similar. The main reason why is they're all traded on algos. So the question I have for you is, are you going to sit there and be a victim, or are you going to take the algos by the horn and basically say, I'm done being your bitch, now you're my bitch? And by that I mean learn how to swing low, determine the low points and the high points, and trade the trade, not buy and hold and become a back holder. All right, so I've been on for an hour. I'm going to bail on you now unless there's anything else. Have a great Friday, guys. See you Monday. Aim, have a great holiday out there in Canada. And I will see everyone on the flip side. And if you find this information useful, like and subscribe. If I'm a shield to you, please move on. Um, and if there's any tickers that you want me to take a look at, drop it in the comment section or email it to tipline@vincent.tv. That is my email address for Tipline. All right, guys, have a great day. See ya.